Kenya's National Assembly has summoned Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich over a biting financial crisis that has hit the institution. So bad is the cash crunch that parliamentary staff have gone for months without pay, while critical parliamentary operations are almost grinding to a halt. Last week Friday, Parliament was in a blackout after Kenya Power disconnected electricity due to delays of settling bills, and MPs are blaming Treasury for precipitating the financial crunch in its slow pace of disbursing funds. We're working on this story. As soon as it's ready, of course, we'll bring it to you. And our big question is linked to that story. So just hold on. We'll let you know what our big question is linked to that story from Parliament. Elsewhere, politicians in Kenya's ruling opposition coalition are locked in a tussle over who is responsible for the troubles of Deputy President William Ruto at the International Criminal Court. A section of opposition members of parliament have rallied behind opposition leader Raila Odinga's sensational claims that President Uhuru Kenyatta was at the center of a plot that fixed his deputy at the International Criminal Court. Patrick Amimo has details of this.
Last month on September 20th, while attending a prayer rally organized for Deputy President William Ruto in Kapsokwonyi, Mount Elgon, Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria kicked a storm when he confessed that he was part of a team that allegedly procured false witnesses to fix Ruto at The Hague. 3 weeks on, the statement on the foothills of Mount Elgon is still emitting volcanic eruptions from the political divide. Opposition ODM Chairman John Mbadi led a section of CORD-allied MPs to support allegations that President Uhuru Kenyatta aided in the fixing of his deputy William Ruto at The Hague.
Ties between Honorable Moses Kuria and President Uhuru Kenyatta ran deep. They hail from the same neighborhood. He worked for the president from 2008, the period during which he has confessed to have participated in procuring witnesses to fix Mr. Ruto, all the way until he became an MP.
Now that Kuria has come out clear, and we know who Kuria is and who Uhuru is, the ball stops with the president to make everything clear and not to use a very important matter for his own and his alliance's benefit for purposes of 2017 elections.
So as CORD, we will treat everything he has said about our party leader with the contempt it deserves. But having said that, that does not exempt the Director of Public Prosecution from charging him with procuring witnesses. It is not just a crime in international law, it is a crime locally.
But their counterparts in Jubilee Alliance refuted the claims, saying Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria never worked for Uhuru Kenyatta from 2008.
Moses Kuria was the alpha and the omega. He was working under the instruction of one powerful minister called Mother Karua. She cannot hide anymore. The die is cast. Even if you are under the armpit of Raila Odinga, the truth will be known.
But CORD aimed more salvos on ICC witness fixing debate.
In earlier courts or ICC presentations, Deputy President Ruto's lawyers had named President Uhuru's senior government officials and top advisors as having engineered the disputed charges by use of cooked up evidence, including the procurement, coaching and paying of false witnesses.
Indeed, in November 2013, then Interior Principal Secretary Mutea Iringo exchanged bitter words with William Ruto's lead counsel Karim Khan after he claimed he was among senior government officials who fixed Ruto. Ruto's close confidant and ally, Charles Keter, who is also Kericho Senator, then demanded the sacking and prosecution of the named government officials.
And they know themselves very well. I don't want to mention their names. They know they participated in coaching the witnesses. It's high time we tell them to get out of the government and face them.
There's nobody in government who coached and who fixed Honorable William Ruto.
The Jubilee Alliance has taken issue with Raila Odinga's statement that William Ruto was a comrade.
We are telling Raila, It is no longer kitendawili. The die is cast. Kenyans want the truth. They don't want who was your comrade, who was your friend. We don't want you to identify who Moses Kuria was and who he was working for. Please take a walk either to the ICC or to the DPP. Give a whole story about the post-election violence.
Code politicians claim their colleagues in government were using prayer rallies to divide the country and strategize for the 2017 general elections.
These other machinations disguised as prayer rallies for Ruto and Sang are a smokescreen unleashed strategically to fool Ruto supporters and Kenyans at large before the final damage is done with no room for recourse.
For now, it is a ping-pong between the Jubilee and Code-allied politicians over the ICC witnesses, but the final verdict rests with the ICC judges after analyzing both evidence given by the prosecution and defense. Swati Kamimo, KTN News, Nairobi.